Good morning, buongiorno, buenas noches. Welcome to Life Lessons Straight Up with a Twist. I'm your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so excited and grateful that you are here with me today. This unedited podcast is all about asking the right questions to learn the lessons for the season we are currently in, aka this present moment. As always, we'll get started with a question, and whatever activity you engage in for self-reflection and introspection, please feel free to do so. So whether that's writing in a journal, recording yourself speaking, drawing, etc., do whatever works best for you. So today's first question is, what can I do today to have fun? What can I do today to have fun? So I know you can't see me and I can't see you, but raise your hand if you feel like adulting sucks. It just sucks. Usually. On a daily, consistent basis. Here's what I'll give you a little context. Obviously, yes, we're in self-improvement. If you're listening to this podcast, you are on a self-improvement journey. You may actually be on a self-transformation journey. So there's a lot of mindfulness. There's a lot of, activities and reading and writing that we do centered around joy and happiness and being balanced and being centered. That's all fine. And there's time for all of that. But also, what about fun? When I was a kid, I didn't have to think about being happy. I just was. I played. I didn't have a job. I had a job. My job was going to school and playing. Those were my two jobs. So as an adult, as you can hear my voice, I never really grew up. I still have unicorn slippers and I call pajamas jammy jams, and I have a very vivid imagination and create characters and tell stories and all the things, but I obviously have responsibilities, right? I think especially when we are ambitious, or if we have any particular ambition, doesn't have to be, it could be whatever that means to you, right? Fun kind of gets put in the back. It really does. And I woke up this morning, it was a very tough week. It was a week of breakdowns and breakthroughs so business as usual, that typically happens. I have a lot more emotional turmoil when I have something that I'm super excited about, some type of project, or in this case, multiple projects that I'm very, very excited about. And the me's, which I think we talk about on another episode, we might make that a series, but the me's are going hard in the paint. It's like the fear, you shouldn't do that. Who do you think you are? And that's not going to work, and this and that, just super negative. Brain is in overdrive. And of course, that's when I have to connect to breath and connect to spirit and get back to what actually matters. But after a whole lot of things, revelations, if you will, this week, I was like, I just woke up and said, I'm going to Disneyland. I just want to go to Disneyland. It's just the day to go to Disneyland. I do not live anywhere near Disneyland. So obviously I can do that at some point, but I cannot do that today. So this question came up for me because it's in a few places. I honestly think the universe is kind of leading me somewhere. I didn't even realize that until I'm actually talking on this and talking through these thoughts. That fun should really be at the forefront. If you're feeling stagnant, you're feeling like happiness is something you're chasing, joy is something you're chasing, you're maybe finding it easier to find yourself in gratitude. I think that's one place we can really figure out ways to be grateful, but that's just it's not the same thing as having just that uncontrollable laughter, like just playing to where you are laughing literally like a child, like a little kid. So anyways, I asked that question, what can I do today to have fun? And I luckily do live close to a Dave and Buster's. And I knew I didn't want to spend a lot of money. And the universe provided, because I forgot that we had these power cards, which are what you use at Dave and Buster's. And there was money already on them. So that it was like, that was an easy, choice. I love playing games. I play games. I don't play games enough, but I do love playing games and just love, being a little kid, just being silly. And so that was what I chose to do today. So think about today. What can I do today to have fun? And if you're thinking about, well, I could paint a picture, or I could, do some art. Totally cool. I'm all about it. I love to walk outside and explore and take mindfulness walks and listen to the birds. And I think that is an element of fun, but that's not the fun that I'm talking about. So I'm going to say this a different way. What activity can I engage in where I'm going to laugh uncontrollably? That's what you want to do today. So I'll say that again. What activity or activities can I engage in where I am going to laugh uncontrollably? That's what you want to do today. Give yourself this moment. I think we feel like as adults sometimes we're not allowed, like that's playtimes for kids, but think about a time, even let's not even say play. Think about a time where you were laughing, like just laughing hysterically. What else were you feeling in that moment? You weren't scared. You weren't fearful. You weren't doubtful. Think about creating from that space, writing from that space, painting from that space. In my case, cooking, right? From that space. We sometimes forget these spaces. And what I mean by space, I'm actually talking about mental space, where your mind is calm, right? Where these feelings, these overwhelming feelings of just pure fun. I mean, if you're laughing uncontrollably, you are happy. Happy is not something you're chasing. In that moment, it's all of the things. So just think about for a second, if you're having a hard time figuring out what specific activity you could do for fun, think about it that way. What was I doing the last time I laughed uncontrollably? And when was it? Right? When was it? I mean, laughing so hard that you're crying. And if that's been so long that you can't even remember, maybe that should be the thing you do today. And think about, again, how you felt, right? How it feels to be, I mean, all of it, all your senses. I mean, you're laughing uncontrollably, you're crying, you're just in that space. Think about how amazing it would be to create from that space, right? Whatever you need to take action on from that space. So those are the questions I have on my heart today. I really hope that that's helpful to you, and really take some time. We learn so much on self-improvement. I live, eat, breathe self-improvement. I mean, everything I read, everything I watch has something to do with that particular industry, mental health, spiritual health, understanding my body. I mean, all of the things. I'm really enveloped, engulfed, if you will. That said, wouldn't it be so much more of an enlightened path to have fun along the way with all these really deep topics? I think so. So that's all we have for today. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. If you haven't already, would love for you to leave a review. Please leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're listening. But thank you for being here, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.